Hello, there's a leaf curler spider over there and I want to go and have a look at the web, but I'll do this first. Work in progress Wednesday, because it is Wednesday, you are welcome. And I've got a finish this week, which is exciting for me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm excited. And I've got something on the loom, which is the same thing as it was last week, but it is now in the finishing stages. So we'll go and have a look at that because I've recorded that bit already. I'm very efficient. Please excuse the background mess. I'm keeping it real. This is where I'm at with my weaving. I'm at the end, as you can see, and I'm currently weaving the fringe back into the body of the piece with my slightly too large needle, which is there, slightly too large. I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in and show you in a second, but basically what I'm doing is cutting each thread one at a time and needle weaving it back into the piece so that there isn't a fringe. And that gives me a reasonably straight edge, a little bit clunky, but it's all right, it's fine. I started and finished on the red so that the colours wouldn't stand out as much at double thickness. I think on the white it would be more obvious. It is reasonably obvious. I'm going to actually zoom in on the other end, which is a bit neater, and I want you to think well of me. So 1 second while I arrange that. Looking at that now, it's not actually that much neater because there's a few skipped threads, but it's okay. So you can probably tell that I'm weaving each thread, so I'll cut this thread, put it through the needle, and then needle weave it through the red there so that it will not have a fringe. So that's going to take me a little while. You can do this, you can cut it off the loom and do it sort of sitting on the couch or whatever, but I like to do it under a bit of tension. When I get to the end of this end, which is the end, I'll go back to the starting end and put this under the back of my loom so that there is a little bit of tension on it while I do the ends at the other end. But this should be off the loom today, all being well. Touch wood. So my finish this week is the frog. So I've actually got photos rather than the video because the video is a bit clunky, but I'll show you close up and then we'll have a look at the photos. So here it is without any of the back stitch on it. So it's just the cross stitch on that one, and then finished with the back stitch we've got this, which obviously, as you can see, really defines the shape. I'm explaining back stitch to you to fill up some time while you look at it. It's not chart finished. There is more on the chart that is white back stitch and white French knots on the umbrella, and also some French knots on the actual body of the frog, which I was never going to do because I thought they looked a bit weird. But the white back stitch I didn't love. One strand was kind of not really showing up at all, so it was kind of a bit of a waste of time to do it. 2 strands was too much, so it sort of took over the whole piece. I'll hold this up while I'm chatting at you. But you can see also where I have had to practice my French knots and forgot how to do them for quite a while and then remembered at the end there. So well done me. But yes, I'm a little sad to lose the white spots on the umbrella. I suppose I could get some seed beads and do them that way, but the white French knots just weren't showing up. So that is done. Now I have to decide what to do with it. I'll probably stick it in a frame. I've just got to find a frame. But that's a problem for me. You don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to show you what I'm working on, and it won't be a surprise if you've seen my earlier videos because I'm back to the lady in the big dress. That was a little edit brought to you by the fact that I left her over there and not at my feet where I normally leave things. Lady in the big dress. So this is something that I was working on last year and then took a break to do the frog because I was getting burned out on it. It's nice to be back to it. It's a very small chart compared to the frog chart, but I'm managing. I'm squinting a lot. My very bright light no longer is very bright, so I'm doing quite a lot of squinting, but it is coming along slowly. I'm not going to show you what it looked like last time you saw it because I can't find the file. So we'll call that a creative editorial decision rather than me and bad file management. What I have found, which is interesting, is I used this frame, don't look at the back, I've used this frame to do the frog on as well, obviously, and that was fine. But working on this one makes my shoulder hurt, and I think it's because I'm working on the opposite side to where I'm holding. So I'm sort of coming up with interesting poses and solutions for that, propping it up on piles of books and whatnot. It's not the end of the world. I'm just mentioning that ergonomics are really handy when you're doing craft because you've got to look after your body. See, I'm educational. I am educational content right now. It will not last. But that is what I have for you this week. I've got a sewing project that I can do as soon as that thing's off the loom because, as you may know, I only have one table. So I can see all the fabric from here. It's on the clothesline. It's drying. It's all had a wash. It's ready to go. I've got a frog to make, and I've got a shirt to make. So hopefully next week I will be able to show you something productive, something that I have produced. Well done, me. I'm congratulating future me before we even start anything. Well done, me. You have a lovely rest of your week. I will see you next week with something else to show you, and maybe more on her, but maybe not. She's slow. Also, I'm downloading Hitman 3, so that's really going to put a cramp on my crafting time. But that's okay, because I'm an adult and I can choose what to do with my time. You take care. See you soon.